Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in this video can be found on a public domain, and the full disclaimers down below. I wish you lots of love and many blessings your way. Meghan and Harry are already having some sort of neighbor problems. It's not what you think. They're not all fighting, involved in everybody's business. Not in that way. Everybody's keeping their distance from Meghan and Harry, and this is really bothering Meghan. So allegedly, Meghan's been inviting them to all sorts of different little functions over at the house, trying to get everybody together. Oh, poor Meghan. I've heard from all sorts of people that these people don't understand how Meghan can hop in and get the biggest house on the block. She really hasn't worked for it, hasn't earned it, not one bit. I totally understand where they're coming from. She's a nobody in the business. She has not earned her stripes, y'all. She has not put in the work to live such a highfalutin life. It really tells you a lot about a person's character that would go out, knowing they didn't earn their spot, but to get front and center. It's just her. Everybody in that area is so put out with these two. They don't want anything to do with Harry and Meghan. Remember her big plans for her birthday? She invited all of her neighbors, and everybody had an excuse as to why they couldn't be there. Those jokers don't want a thing to do with Harry or Meghan, not one thing. If it were me, I'd feel super embarrassed. I don't know if I could even show my face in that neighborhood, on that road, knowing that I'm totally disliked. And these aren't just, business owners in the area. These are Hollywood people. Drew Barrymore and Rob Lowe. Jeff Bridges just sold a place there. So did Ellen, I believe. But Oprah's in the area, and we know Oprah's pulling her strings. So she's not even a count. The other people in their community, in their neighborhood, feel like they've put in so much effort, worked super hard to get where they're at. And here Meghan swoops in like a buzzard and buys the biggest and the best on the block. But that's not all. So the allegations are this. Not only did she bring tons of paparazzi with her, disturbing the neighborhood, but once they moved in, they started passing out NDAs to all the neighbors. Meghan and Harry's attorneys are contacting these people, trying to have them sign non-disclosure agreements. This is not sitting well with these neighbors, on top of how they feel already. Remember, this is not the first time they've pulled this. They did this when they lived at Frogmore too. I'm truly curious to see, did the people in Montecito receive the directions, the sheet of instructions? Remember the ones that they gave out while they lived in Frogmore? Don't look at us, don't speak to us, don't approach us, stay off our property, blah, blah, blah. All of their staff members received the same copy to sign. I don't even know how they're affording a full staff. Not to mention, it takes a lot of utility money to run a place this big. No wonder they're freaking out when it comes to money. They can't afford this dang place. You have to wonder, would real humanitarians live like this? Her neighbors are not the only people that are turned off by Meghan. And Harry, we're not leaving him out either. Okay, so remember her childhood best friend, from the age of 2 on up, that she totally ghosted and kicked to the curb once she found a much more successful friend? Anyway, Nanaki Pretty is the one we're talking about. According to Andrew Morton's book, Nanaki Pretty told him that she caused so many problems for Trevor Engelson, so much stress, strife, grief, problems, chaos, that the mere mention of her name sends him into an absolute rage. I wish Trevor Engelson would spill his guts in a book. I'd buy it in a minute. And speaking of buying stuff, I'm so tired of Meghan. She merches everything down to her drawers. They're living above their means. And I'm curious, is that the reason she's charging these people $1,750 just to sit and watch her be interviewed for the next generation's most powerful women summit? If you were really there for the right reason, you wouldn't dare charge somebody $1,750 just to log in and watch you through a computer screen. That's absolutely repulsive. That was Kim. She wants her look back, Meghan. Getting back to the NDAs. So far, they've had no luck collecting them. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all please stay safe and be blessed.